Good day. Today we're going to be going over your course syllabus. And in order to go over your course syllabus, the first thing that we need to do is we need to make sure that we pull that course syllabus up in Blackboard. Once you're in Blackboard, you'll notice that on the left-hand side of your screen, there are some options. We're going to want to first go to the Start Here option. In the Start Here area, there will be your syllabus and important course information. And you will notice here that there's the OFAD 218 spreadsheet syllabus. We're going to want to click on the syllabus link, and it will think for a moment, and it will bring up the course syllabus for us. I'm going to be looking at the course syllabus in Word format, so I'm going to go ahead and open it up in Microsoft Word 2013. So we're going to take a few moments and we're going to go through the Microsoft Excel course syllabus. This is an online course for fall 2013. The course title is Microsoft Excel, and your section number should be OFAD 218-01I. Speaking is Eric Green. I'm going to be your instructor for the semester, and you'll notice there is some contact information for me. The best way to get a hold of me is via email, and there is my email address, esgreen@ivtech.edu. In case you need to get a hold of my supervisor, there's information there for Dr. Oler. In case you need to have someone help you with the distance education portion of this course, such as Blackboard and other issues, you can contact Rika Bennett, and there's her contact information as well. There's some information about the prerequisites, the description of the course content, and the major course objectives. I will allow you to read those on your own time, so as to not specifically just read items to you. You'll notice there is the information regarding your textbook. You need to make sure that you have the textbook by Rutowski and others. It's called the Benchmark Series, Excel 2013, Levels 1 and 2. Your textbook should come with a 180-day free trial of Microsoft Office 2013, and the ISBN number is listed there for you. You'll also need an access code for the online learning program called SNAP. There's information there about how to obtain your textbook with specific links so that you can get to that information. What else will you need for the course? Well, you'll also need Microsoft Excel 2013, which should be part of that 180-day free trial. You're also going to need access to a computer with the internet and a storage device, whether that storage device is your hard drive, a jump drive, or some type of cloud storage. We need to make sure that because we are enrolled in an online course that we have some of the basic skills that are necessary to understand the computer, such as using our Campus Connect email, attaching things to our email, using web browsers, word processing, and other items. It's important to always check your email, and you should do so at least every 48 hours because that's my main way to talk to you, as I will be sending emails with updates, reminders, and any other various items that you may need to have for the course. It's important to remember about academic honesty and make sure that we are following the rules when it comes to plagiarism and citing sources, and you'll notice there's specific information about that. If you should be found being dishonest in this course, we're going to either give you a 0 for that work, or if it continues, we may choose to take it through the Student Status Committee, and you can find that information in the Student Handbook Due Process section. I would like you to know that while it's okay that you work with other people, that you need to make sure that you complete assignments on your own. It is my belief that if you submit work that's very similar to somebody else's, it's a form of plagiarism. Also, remember the importance of copyright. And also, in case you have specific disabilities or specific accommodations that you need, you can see those are met through the Director of Student Success and Retention, and there's the information there in case you wish to talk with someone about specific accommodations for a disability. Again, we've talked about the primary communication for this course is an email. Please do not use the messages feature in Blackboard. That should be disabled. If you do, it won't be responded to. My primary source of communication is through email. And there's some information about that. Also, because we're dealing with a course that normally leads to some type of business profession, it's important that we understand the use of what's called netiquette. Netiquette is internet etiquette, and there's a link in our syllabus to give you some information about how to appropriately use email. Course requirements. We have a course calendar, which I'm going to show you here in just a moment. And it's important to keep that course calendar handy, and remember that the dates and the items listed there are important for us to keep track of. You'll notice that all times for due dates are Indianapolis, Indiana times. Are you required to come to campus? You are required to go to campus one time during the semester, and that's to take our Microsoft Office Specialist exam, and you'll need to take that at Workforce Certification Testing Center. Later in the semester, I'll give you more information about how to accomplish that. The last day to withdraw, if you happen to get into the semester and decide that the course just isn't working out for you, you have family issues or other responsibilities that have become more important, the last day to withdraw and still receive a W is November the 10th, 2013. Again, just another word of caution about internet courses. Requires a lot of initiative and self-discipline, and that you need to plan in advance how to accomplish all of the things that you need to accomplish in this course. More information there about the certification exam. It will be part of your course grade. Certification training disclaimer. This states that although you take the course, Ivy Tech does not guarantee that you can pass the certification exam, because the certification exam is from questions of thousands in a database, and it requires specific additional time on your part to make sure that you're prepared. Standard attendance policy for a course at Ivy Tech is that you need to make sure that you are attending class. And in an online section, attending class means that you are completing assignments, quizzes, and other items each week. If you are absent the first 2 weeks of course, you will be dropped for what's called non-participation. If you are dropped for non-participation, I will not be able to reinstate you under any circumstances. Another word of warning, please make sure that you know that your internet connection, if you lose it at home, that's not an excuse. We have all kinds of places that we can go in order to obtain internet. College campuses, local libraries, and even restaurants. Many of them have internet free 24 hours a day. Well, how are we going to be graded? Well, we're going to be graded according to many of the things that we do. And the official grade book for the course is Blackboard. You can be assured that if you email me, you should receive something from me within 48 hours. And after the due date of a grade, you should see the graded assignments within 7 days. This course is designed to go from Sunday 8 a.m. to Saturday 11:59 p.m. And that is because I normally use Sunday afternoons to make sure to update your grades so that you can see where it is that you may need to make corrections for the next week. Well, what are the specific parts of the course? You're going to take a pre-test and a post-test. The pre-test and the post-test each are going to be worth 20 points. You'll be graded only for completing those. You'll also be evaluated on what are called SNAP tutorials. The SNAP learning system, which we're going to talk about again a little bit later, gives you some online learning materials so that you can prepare. Completing these will gain you 25 points per chapter. You'll also have assessment problems. Assessment problems, you'll have 2 per chapter, which will hopefully help you practice some of the things that are learned in the specific chapter. Each of those assessment problems is worth 10 points, for a total of 20 points for each chapter, or a total of 300 points for the course. Each chapter will also have an online quiz that we'll take in the SNAP learning system. Each one is worth 15 points. They're generally multiple choice and true and false. And if we scroll down to page 6, we also have exams in this course. We have 3. The first 2 are exams after each of the levels of our Microsoft textbook. So after level 1, chapters 1 through 8, we'll have an exam, and after level 2, chapters 1 through 8, we'll have an exam. Each of those exams is worth 100 points, and each will be half objective, so half multiple choice and true false, and half will also be production, which will be very similar to the tutorials that you take in the SNAP learning system. We talked about that certification final exam that you'll learn more about as we get farther along in the course. That exam is worth 100 points. Please remember that, along with the internet netiquette, that we need to make sure that we use proper grammar, punctuation, spelling, and all of those proper business techniques when we're discussing with one another. Homework is going to be required, and because this is an online course, sometimes it's difficult to gauge how much time we need to spend. Normally, students spend anywhere between 4 and 8 hours per week on this course. Again, all grades will be official in the Blackboard gradebook. But because we're doing many of our items in the SNAP learning system, we'll need to move those grades from the SNAP learning system into the official Blackboard gradebook. I will do that once a week because they don't automatically go to the Blackboard gradebook. So after the due date and time, on that Sunday, like I spoke about earlier, I will move grades from the SNAP gradebook into the official Blackboard gradebook. This course has 1,300 points, and you can see the breakdown there of your grading scale. And on the right, you can see the point distribution for all of the different items that we have. I spoke about earlier that assignments are due 11:59 on Saturday. Items become available on Sunday morning at 8 a.m. Again, late assignments will not be accepted, and issues with Blackboard and SNAP will not be accepted as an excuse unless those are documented by Ivy Tech. If you do happen to have a family emergency, please email me so that we can talk one-on-one and see if it's possible for us to work out an alternative solution. Our last page here has some optional campus information about the virtual library. Again, about the contact person for disability support services in case you are interested in that. And the right of revision stating that it is possible that we may update this course syllabus at some point, and I will let you know about that. So there's the brief rundown for the course syllabus, and in just a moment or two you'll be able to watch a video regarding the course calendar.